The rape and human trafficking trial of controversial Nigerian pastor Timothy Omotoso and his two co-accused has been postponed to the 4th of February next year. Omotoso's legal team earlier petitioned the Supreme Court of Appeal challenging Judge Makaula's decision not to recuse himself. The defense wants Makaula to recuse himself and some charges against his clients quashed. But it seems the submission of documents to the Supreme Court of Appeal by the defense was not done properly. Omotoso's legal representative Daubermann told the court that they were still awaiting the ruling from the SCA. Daubermann wants the SCA to hear an appeal of Judge Makaula's decision to reject the request from the defense that he recuse himself. He previously indicated in court that his clients are uncomfortable with what they deem a biased and sympathetic position towards the first witness by the judge. But in a surprise revelation, State Prosecutor Kleba Dwelwa told Judge Makaula that the delay in response from the SCA was because Daubermann furnished the Supreme Court of Appeal with copied documents instead of originals. Daubermann replied in court that the SCA will be furnished with the original court documents. He refused to comment on the matter.
We believe that that's in fact another delaying tactic from the defense because, of course, you can imagine lawyers of a lawyer of his stature would have known what should be done, but they sent the copies instead of the originals, which makes it difficult for us because now the Supreme Court of Appeal has not done anything because that was supposed to have been done last week. The judges were sitting last week, but they couldn't because the registrar couldn't give them those copies because they are copies, not originals. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But we know that the alternative date now, the provisional date is the 4th of February 2019. We will have to wait and see what happens.
And I think a lot of people back at home watching this trial intensively want to know, what does this mean? I mean, we subsequently thought that the Supreme Court of Appeal would give that judgment today. Now it's going to be delayed and it's postponed to the 4th of February. What does it mean for the actual trial going onwards?
It means, of course, that it will take a bit of time than we expected. If you remember, we were expecting that over 2 months we will be done. But then the Supreme Court appeals issue came up, and then now we are told that that didn't happen because of the defense's fault. As the NPA, we are aware of the fact that we should give the court its space to do what it is supposed to do. And we will make sure that when we start again, we are ready to go. We are ready to go as we speak. Just that all these delaying tactics, but at some point this case will have to start and finish.
And then, Mr. Ndwelaza, just lastly, looking at the merits of this case and also the fact that if Judge Makaula had to recuse himself, what would it mean for this particular trial? There are talks that it will have to start and resume all over from the beginning again. Just take us through the processes. What happens when a judge actually recuses himself, or if the Supreme Court of Appeal find that he was acted biased with Cheryl Zondi?
As much as I believe that it would be a matter of preempting the processes if we talk about this matter. But what happens is, if a judge recuses himself or herself, the case will have to start from scratch, which is it's going to have to be done de novo. Everything will start from scratch. A new judge will have to be appointed, and then Cheryl Zondi will have to come in again, and then that's where the issue would be. And of course, we are hoping that we are not going to get to that stage.